Hello, everybody out there on the internet. So yeah, today doing something a bit different with the weekly comic book thing because I bought a bunch of comics and I want to play Gran Turismo 6. So instead of doing all the books on my pull list, I'm just gonna be like, the top three books in my stack this week and just like read the three books I'm most looking forward to. So that's gonna be Batman, which I just read and I'm gonna talk about, and then after that, Uncanny X-Men, and I guess Wolverine and X-Men. Yeah, Wolverine and X-Men. Maybe Cable and X-Force. They're both kind of like on my top three because the other stuff I picked up was Unity number 2, but I haven't read number 1 yet, so I'm behind on that. Lazarus number 5 because I got the first volume for cheap on a Comixology because I had a sale going on. Inhumanity Awakening number 1. I guess it'll be number 3 because I do want to see what's going on there with the Inhumanity. Cataclysm Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 2, but I'm not doing Ultimate stuff like I said last week. Mighty Avengers, which is the Infinity tie-in this week, but or not Infinity, Inhumanity, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm behind on that one too. So, Thunderbolts number 19 I'm also behind on. Yeah, I'm behind on so much stuff because, yeah, behind on so many things. And then I didn't pick up, there's something that came out I didn't pick up. I think it was like some other Inhumanity tie-in I said I was going to give, but I was like, I've already like bought all these books and it's like quite a bit. I was like, yeah, let me just stop while I'm ahead. And like I know I'm going to like fall behind on even more stuff if I keep getting more stuff. So even if it is just like one issue to like be a tie-in to something I'm already reading. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this week. Is just Batman, Uncanny X-Men, and Inhumanity. So in Batman this week, we pick up from where we started last issue, where basically there's this doctor going around and injecting people with this thing that mutates their bones, and they basically explode out of their body. It's pretty grotesque and crazy. I was like, wow, that's really weird. And so yeah, there's that guy, and he's going around and finding these. They're like the Wayne Tech or Wayne Enterprises, like research engineering for like a certain division that he worked with them, and then they didn't really like his ideas. That you find that out this issue, like they didn't. His ideas got shot down in some meeting, and now he's just like on a quest for revenge to like just kill them all or whatever. So yeah. But then it's cool because that's happening, but then like the backdrop right now during 0 years, like there's this hurricane coming in, and like the Riddler has put the city in a blackout, so that there's like currently a blackout in the city. And then actually, or was it a blackout and then the power came back on? I have to. It looks like there's power in this issue. Like it's not a complete blackout. Maybe it is. Whatever. But yeah, like the Riddler's got the city under threat of like more attacks coming after the first one, where there's a blackout, and so there's that happening. So it's like there's multiple threats happening, and then you start off and you have Batman as Bruce Wayne because like he stumbled into Lucius Fox's office to like see what was going on with these doctors, but then the Doctor Death dude injected him with that serum. But before that happened, Lucius Fox like injected him with what you find out is a vaccine for it, so it doesn't mutate his bones and kill him. So then you have Lucius Fox and Bruce Wayne and like this Dr. Death dude facing off in this lab, and then it's cool because like Bruce Wayne does this like Predator room stealth move of like I'm gonna throw my belt and distract him and have him go over to this tunnel thing and turn on this jet turbine, and then yeah, it's really like they're about to get away, and then as Bruce is helping Lucius, like he keeps talking. He's like, dude, more talking or more talking, less standing here and talking to me about this stuff. And then you can like see in the background that the Doctor dude's coming up on him, and like he grabs Bruce Wayne and like is about to crush his skull, but then oh man, it's cool happens because Gordon's there, and he's not there, but he like comes in and like saves the day. He's like cause he shoots at him. He's like blam, and like shoots him, and he shoots at him, and then the Doctor Death dude like flees the scene as they rush to help Bruce Wayne, and they have some sort of flashback to like his 0 year training of when he's like trying to become. Yeah, or I think that's what this was because he's in some sort of like chamber in like this ball that's holding him, and like he's like some sort of isolation chamber, and like this dude opens it up and he's like, "I have a phone call for you," and then like this device is like saying, Bruce, it's me, Bruce. Or yeah, it's your father on the phone. That's what the guy says, and he's like, Bruce, are you there? Talk to me. And then it flashes back to the hospital that Bruce has been brought to. So I'm pretty sure that was like a flashback that wasn't like a dream sequence of like him training. So that was pretty interesting. And then but yeah, it's like he's got this like long hair and like this really long beard. It's really weird. Looking very disheveled. So you get back to the hospital, and then, Bruce is talking to Alfred because Alfred's there, and he's like, all right, well, I got to get back into action, stop this dude, what's going down? And he's like, and Alfred's all, well, you've been unconscious for like a day, dude, so there's been like a whole day that you've been here. And Bruce Wayne's like, what? No, I got to hurry up and stop the Riddler and stop this other dude because, before stuff goes down and like save the city. And then he's about to like get out of the bed, and he's like, okay, get my formal clothes. And then he's got a handcuff on his ankle to the bed that he's in, the hospital bed. He's like, oh, because Commissioner Gordon's there, and he's like, okay, I know that you're at that lab because you're looking for the same dude I'm looking for, so we should totally, just pull our resources, work together, and stuff. And then Bruce Wayne gives him this anecdote of when he was at the theater, which is where the comic begins. You have like the scene where he's watching this movie in a theater, and you're like, okay, what's happening here? And then it shows that I guess he was breaking curfew. It doesn't say what he was like arrested for or whatever, but like it has like Commissioner Gordon there, and he's like, Bruce Wayne, you're under arrest or whatever, come with me. But it's like kid Bruce Wayne when he was a kid. And then it comes back to this part, and it's Gordon putting him in the cop car with some other officer, and then Bruce is giving him this anecdote of like how he remembers that, and he's like talking about his trench coat, and then he's like, I don't trust you because from what happened that night, I believe you're on the take, you're a crooked cop, and I don't trust you, and I don't like you. And it's like, what? That's pretty interesting. And so that happens, and then while he's there, there's an officer that comes in to like talk to Gordon. He's like, we got another clue from the commissioner, or that came to the commissioner, but here's a copy of it for you, and he gives it to him. And so you have Batman goes back out, and he's all on his some sort of jet ski thing, because like it's flooding, because it's like a hurricane. Oh, that's the other thing, is like not only is like the city like without power or whatever, and like this crazy Dr. Death psycho killer dude running around, there's also like a hurricane, so it's like there's stuff's going down in Gotham City during this time in 0 year, and like it's all crazy and stuff. And so that's all happening, and then Batman gets into this I guess, wait, I'm trying to think, how did he know to go there? Oh, I guess he had like the signal that he was detecting from. It was the last issue. Something happened about like there's the signal that he's trying to stop. That like if the police either reactivate it or deactivate it, something will happen. It'll be like really some sort of like something's gonna happen. I can't remember what it was. But I have to go back and read the last issue, but whatever. And so he's trying to stop that. I guess he traced the signal or something. That's how he knows where to go. But he. Oh wait. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I just remembered because I'm looking at the panels. But yeah, he's going to like find the other doctors that were being targeted by the doctor, and so he's on his way to this meteorological weather lab thing that his uncle, who was running Wayne Enterprises in his stead while he was away, and he like just came back since year, so he just came back to Gotham and like has gotten control. Well, I don't think he has control of the company, but he's like back and stuff. So he's going back to that lab, which was supposed to be some sort of, weather lab, but it's actually something to like weaponize the weather and control weather to weaponize it somehow. And he goes there, and it turns out that he's too late because the other doctors have already been injected with the serum. And then before he can leave, the cops are there, and they're like, "Freeze, Batman!" And then, yeah, the cops are like about to take him down, and that's the end of the issue. It's like, oh, so it's like, also, but yeah, like it's. I guess I won't say what happens at the end, but yeah, the issue ends, and it's like, okay, Batman is cornered by the police, who are like way outnumbered him. Well, I guess it's only like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes, but they all have like weapons and stuff, and it's just him, and he's unarmed, so yeah. But yeah, that's the issue. I enjoyed it. Still great. Still love reading it every month. Batman number 26, was it? Yes, 26. Alright, so I'm going to read Uncanny X-Men and come back with my thoughts after this. Okay, so I just read Uncanny X-Men number 15. It was a pretty fun issue. So it starts with a pretty cool scene where you have Magic in the past meditating with Doctor Strange, but she's asleep, and and he like wakes her up, and she's like, okay, let me go back to the future now. And she gets there, and you have the Cuckoo Sisters and Tempest, and they're all like, yeah, we don't have any clothes or any shampoo or any like body wash or whatever, and they're like, we need to go shopping. But actually, they're like, actually, before that, they dragged Jean Grey in there, and they're like, because Tempest is like, oi, Jean Grey, and she like drags her into the room, and then like they're all like, yeah, we need to go shopping for some new supplies, and it's funny because Jean Grey's all like, yeah, I've been wearing these clothes since the 1960s or something, or so, is it 1950s or 19? I don't know. I'm trying to find where it says. Let's see. Yeah, I've been wearing this since like 1963. So it's like they're all like, yeah, we need to get some new clothes or whatever. And then they're all like, we came to you first because you're the nice one. And Magic's like, I'm the nice one. And then they're all like, well, also Emma Frost is sleeping, and she told us never to disturb her while she's sleeping. And then they go into Emma Frost's room where she's like sleeping. And she wakes up and she's like, go away, get out. And then Magic's there, and they're like, hey, we need to go and go shopping for all this stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, or she's like, yes we do. And then she like just grabs this duffel bag in her closet, because they're like, well, we don't have any money or anything. And she's like, I got this. And she like grabs her duffel bag and opens it, and it's full of money. It's like, what? And then like they're all like, okay, why do you have this money, and where'd you get it? And she's like, I was the White Queen of the Hellfire Club, the most exclusive elite club in the world. I have money. And so they're about to leave, and then she's like, oh wait, Kitty Pryde, get in here. And like she's talking to Cyclops at the time, and then he's like, Cyclops is all, oh, do I need, because like she yelled, it's like, get in here, we have we need you to come with us, suit up. And then Cyclops is like, do I need to assemble a team? And then Emma's like, not you, Scott. Just her, because we're going shopping. And so at first she's like, that's okay, I'll just stay here. And then Emma's like, you've been wearing that outfit since 1980. And then Jean Grey's like, please don't leave me alone with the scary Cuckoo Sisters who all hate me. And then she's like, okay, whatever, where are we going? And it's funny because like before they leave, because Magic can just like teleport them anywhere, they're like, oh man, where should we go? Should we go to New York or London or whatever, or Italy or whatever? And they end up going to London. And so like like the next panel, when they finally get or when it shows like where they go, it's like it's just them, and like they're like walking along with like a ton of like bags full of stuff. And then the next scene is just them sitting in some cafe / restaurant / whatever, just having like a discussion. And then And then it's cool, like, because, because, like, they added the all new X-Men team, so Jean Grey's there, and then Tempest is like, asking her about something, and she, like, keeps calling her Jean Grey, and she's like, just call me Jean or Jeannie. And then she, like, asks her, like, why do the Stepford sisters hate you? And she's like, oh, because in the future I grew up to be something that intimidates them, and all this other stuff. and then and then one of them goes, "Hey, we're sitting right here. We can hear you." So they're about to get in like this argument or whatever, and like have this throw down about something that's been building. But then like there's like sirens going off, so you can hear like the wee 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 and like the background as people are talking. And so like before anything escalates, there's they're like, oh wait, something's not right. So they step outside, and there's all these like police and stuff, and like bystanders and like people just like crowded around. And then Jean Grey and like the Cuckoo sisters start like reading everybody's mind. Or not reading everybody's mind, but they get them all to like disperse the crowd. And then they see that they're like all around this cocoon, so it's one of the Inhuman cocoons. And they're like, what is this? And then they start like picking up all these thoughts, the Cuckoo sisters, of like, well, and Jean Grey, of like stuff going on. And they're like, oh, it's this explosion that happened, global terragenesis, Inhumans, yada yada yada. And then out of the cocoon is like bursts this dude, because like they're trying to decide what they should do. They're like, should we take him back with us, or oh, I know that's not this part yet, but the part where should they take him with us? But they're like there looking at the cocoon, and then it busts open, and like this dude that's in there, and he's speaking with an accent, and it turns out that he's like some Latvian dude, but then he's also someone who has like a slight mutant phobia, because the Cuckoo sisters are like reading his mind the whole time. And so before they can like subdue him or get him to like calm down and be like, don't attack us or whatever, we're here on your side, he has like a I'm not sure if it's a power manifestation or if he just like, has an outburst. It's probably just like an outburst. He's like, get away from me. I hate mutants, but I don't like mutants. You're disgusting. You. Even though he's been like mutated into not mutated, but like turned into a Inhuman. So he has like these, he doesn't look. He's humanoid, but like you can tell his like facial features like does not look human. So yeah, he's like Latvian dude with I guess he like just like has for whatever reason doesn't like mutants, because the Stepford sisters and Jean Grey are like poking around in his head, and he's like, stop reading my mind, get out of my head. And then he has like this power thingy outburst, and it's just like, what? Well, it's weird because like after he does that, he passes out. So I guess it was just like a power manifestation. So they all get hit by it, and then they all pass out. And then when they pass out, AIM comes in, and they're like, all right, let's get this Inhuman back to the lab to study him so we can like get all the secrets of the human DNA, blah blah blah. So I guess I haven't read any of the other Inhumanity tie-ins yet, so I'm not sure if like this is like AIM's big plan to like swoop in and get all these cocoons or whatever. So I guess I'll find out when I read Inhumanity next. But basically, that's what happens: is they come in, take the dude, and then since all the X-Men had been indisposed, they wake up and they're like, oh, well, he must have just ran off. They don't know that he got abducted. And then let's see. So then oh yeah, okay, so that happens, and then like everybody else has come to since they couldn't keep the mind control to like keep the crowd dispersed, and then the Cuckoo sisters use their hive mind to get all the police and stuff to go away. And then like the last few panels are just the X-Men like, okay, well, if there's Inhumans out there, if they start doing like weird and crazy stuff, well, I guess people start blaming them instead. But then Magic's like, well, that's not how it always works. And then Kitty Pryde's like, well, how will they even tell the difference between mutants and humans? So yeah, and then it just says, next issue, the new Utopia. So yeah, that was a fun issue. It's like I knew from the cover it was going to be like a female character centric. So I was wondering what the adventure would be that they went on. So it's kind of, I don't know. I guess going on a girls' night out to go shopping is okay, but I did enjoy it. So, and then the whole Inhuman thing, I don't know. That's weird. So I'll read that Inhumanity and Awaken next to see if there's anything that's explained even more about what just happened with AIM, or if all the that's the other thing is I'm wondering is if all the cocoons are opening at the same time, or if some are opening before others, or just what is going on with the cocoons, because that was bugging me after I read the Inhumanity last week. I was okay, so the cocoons are still there and they haven't hatched all of them. What? And so it's well, they all hatch at the same time. But yeah, that's Uncanny X-Men, still enjoying it, and I enjoyed that issue. So yeah, but I'll be back after this with Inhumanity Awakened #1. Okay, I'm back. So I read Inhumanity: The Awakening, but I'm just gonna end the video here because it wasn't that good of an issue. I don't really feel like talking about it because I read it and I was gonna talk about it. But I was well, I don't really want to trash it. It wasn't that bad. It was just not good. I didn't enjoy it. It follows Quinn Quire, Pixie, some other dude and some lady. They say the name of the person. I think it was Stryker was the dude's name, and then some other lady, and they find this inhuman girl that's she hatched out of the egg, but then she's going to kill herself. She's I don't want to be an Inhuman anymore. But there was no, it just I don't know. It was. Okay. So the message was cool because it was if you're an outsider or you're different, it gets better. But as far as storyline and anything happening, it didn't. There was no real. It just felt more aftermaths of Infinity of just eggs are hatching and humans are here, but there wasn't really anything that happened. Oh, also the presentation was pretty cool because it was you had basically a bunch of she was documenting her transformation and putting it on social media. So you had a bunch of at whatever person, or it's West Coast Avenger 69 and Miami Mutant girl, and they're talking about this as it's going down. So you have this whole people talking about this Terrigen bomb that's gone off, and it's a giant cloud now, and then people are oh, what's happening? And then people are saying, oh, it's toxic or whatever, oh, it's doing blah 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 blah. That was cool. That part of it was cool, but what actually happens in this issue, just nothing had really happened. That was oh man, that was great, that was awesome. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It didn't seem like it's anything worth mentioning of oh man, that was pretty cool. But I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not gonna recommend it. I would say it's not really worth checking out and reading. It is very true to being a X-Men's type of story though. Of if you're weird or different, then you don't have to worry about you shouldn't worry about fitting in and stuff. But I don't know. I guess I was just expecting something more than what was in here since the last issue, or not the last issue, but since whatever what was last week's book in Inhumanity. The one shot, whatever that was just really good, and I was expecting more of that, but this was something completely different. So I don't know, I guess I think it's only 2 parts, so I might pick up part 2, I might not, we'll see. Is it 2 parts? Let me look this up. Yeah, it's only okay, yeah, the Awakening is only 2 parts, but I don't know if I want to spend $4 on it. Because it seems it's already foreshadowing what's going to happen in the next issue, so I don't really need to read it. But I guess I'll go ahead and check it out just because it's I want to see how it ends. It might get better because this one it was okay. It wasn't that great. I was ugh. But yeah, that's it for the comic book talk this week because I've been playing Gran Turismo 6 a bunch, so I haven't had time to read anything else. So I'll go back and read them later, and I won't be able to I don't know. I won't make another videos for this week, so whatever I read, I'll talk about it on the comic book podcast on Big Bang Podcast. So just listen to us, and you can hear my thoughts there. But yeah, that's it for the stuff that. Yeah, it's like I skipped over Wolverine and the X-Men, and I was like, oh, I should read that, but I didn't. So now I learned my lesson. You know, whenever there's an X-Men book, I'll read that before something new that I'm like, oh, I want to check this out. So yeah. But yeah, Batman really good. Uncanny X-Men, fun times. Inhumanity and Awakening, but you know, whatever. Yeah, that's it for this video. And until you hear or see from me again, I'm now signing off.